Hey, what is going on, guys? This is CupcakeSmasher here, bringing you another video, and today I'm starting to stockpile the chests because the update is about to hit. Can't wait for that, and I'm going to start getting into this. Now, I'm going to be straightforward here. I don't have a lot of positive opinions about this update, but I'm still going to share what I think. Now, while I'm talking about this, guys, I'm going to be putting on the Dogs for Days and myself, the Saga. We kind of played 3 matches. His hog deck, he's got a kind of a different one. He's got 2 defenses in there, and he's not as spell intensive. And then there's my normal deck, so that's going to be going on in the background. But let's get through to this right now. Now, the first sneak peek, or the first troop in the sneak peek, and I'm just going to go based off the image they provided, is the Sparky. So Sparky is kind of, I don't know. He's kind of a cool innovation. I'm not gonna lie about that, but he's got the wall breaker kind of thing, and that's what's not that I'm not liking that. I don't think wall breaker type troops have a spot in Clash Royale because one and done for the attack really doesn't do a whole lot for me. And I like looking at the videos, it looked like they did about the damage of 1 Valk Strike. So getting 1 to your tower is not very big deal at all. It's probably about that of a fireball, but it's pretty risky. They have about the health of a skeleton, and really, why is that even a thing? Like, why does that matter? Also, though, next was the furnace, and the furnace is all just those same Sparkies. That's a ridiculous name, but Sparkies, right? It's just them in the form of a tombstone like the skeleton. So skeletons cost 1, right? Sparky costs 2. Yeah, 2. I'm remembering that right. Why does the furnace cost 5? Yes, it does do 2 at a time for the Sparkies, but that's ridiculous. They kill themselves. Like, literally, the skeletons, at least if I have a giant distracting, will make it to the Sparkies are guaranteed to die. Like, they need a cost decrease and probably a little bit of a hit point decrease with that, but yeah, it's just ridiculous, especially because it goes 2 to 5. Like, I'd use the Sparkies as my new center thing if it was 4, or 4 because it's 1 more than the skeletons. But right now, I don't think they're gonna be super useful. I don't see putting them in my deck for any reason at all. Now, next is the Skeleton Warriors, or what was supposed to be the Skeleton Warriors. These ones, they're basically mini Dark Princes. They're skeletons with helmets on them. Yeah, that's how useful these guys are. So basically, they're just going to be able to sustain some damage and then go out and be normal-ish skeletons. Now, the reason this doesn't work at all is because, like, if I wanted normal skeletons, I'd keep them, and I don't know. The one use I see for them, though, is with hog-type decks, is when people were to arrow or fireball, they will stay alive, which is a very good thing. That'll help the annoying factor a lot. So when I'm talking about that, it means like you drop the skeletons, they get fireballed, they're still going to be alive, which is the one positive, but that's really only a characteristic of the hog deck. Not a lot of other decks are using so many spells where it just gets so annoying. And I kind of say that out of a little bit of rage because that's all I see right now. And when I'm not playing well, they beat me. If I'm playing well, I win. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm really mad. It's like, come on. Okay. So I should get away from that, though, because they're, like, not even worth talking about anymore. Next, though, they introduced 3 legendaries. And with the fashion of how they're doing these sneak peeks is awful. Instead of, announcing like 2 cards a day, 1 of the common or rares, and then 1 of the epic or legendaries, Supercell is electing to drop 6 cards on us a day in Clash Royale, and like minor things the rest of the time. Like, literally, they told us live spectating one day, and live spectate. They told us that was coming, and then they announced it like it's some brand new innovation when they had 6 cards they could have showcased. But instead, they put 2 different sneak peeks the same day just to rush it out there. That's super annoying. Like, why a Supercell? It would be so much more fun if you spread it out, didn't use useless stuff to fill days. I don't know. But with that, so the first one is the Lava Hound. We did kind of know this one was going on for a little while. And you know what? That's fine. Lava Hound, I could get behind it, but here's the issue. Those arrows. It's like what they keep introducing doesn't work with arrows or Fireball or even Zap, which I've mentioned is probably overpowered. Because Lava Hound has something like the hit points of a Golem. Now, obviously, there's a simple solution, right? The Minion Horde. Oh, wait. They're going to keep their 7 elixir Lava Hound. It was leaked as 8, but no, instead they're doing 7 just so the leaks are wrong. That's kind of my opinion on it. That's also why I think they renamed the Skeleton Warriors. But you're going to drop a Minion Horde, they're going to drop their Lava Hound, and then they're just going to arrow down your Minion Horde, and you're just going to sit there like, oh, yeah, I'm not ready for this. The one good positive thing I can say about the Lava Hound, though, is it looks like they've done it so even by itself, if it just sits there, it will not take down a full tower, even with the lava pups and everything. So that is something good. I will give them credit for that. The issue, though, is I don't think it'll stay balanced with the balloon. I think Lava Lunion will become a thing in both Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, and it'll be a very, very tough thing to face. Next is the Miner, and this guy makes no sense at all. People were commenting how it makes more sense in Boom Beach. I'll just say, how about we put it in Heyday? Like they need like mining stuff. They got a mine in the back. I never unlocked that, so I'll stop talking about Heyday because I have no idea what I'm talking about there. But this guy makes no sense. This is why I don't think the Bowler would have worked. They said Bowler was originally intended to be introduced into Clash of Clans. And not Clash of Clans, into Clash Royale. It was in a pre-beta version of the game, but instead of making it to the final thing, they ended up cutting it, and Clash of Clans picked it up and gave it to us as a useless troop. So, here's the issue. He comes up randomly, right? He goes, digs in the ground, traces his path, and then comes up randomly on a building, or so they say. I didn't watch a whole lot on it, so he could have a little bit more productivity with it, but it's supposed to be random based on how they described, and that doesn't make any sense at all. Like, why would I want to use him if there's literally a potential that he will just go wake up the king? Like, that makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, I'll just use my legendary card because it's probably the only one I'll get, and you know what would be really fun? Waking up the king tower. One decent thing, though, coming out of this is he does tunnel, so that is kind of going to be an issue for some. People are going to be pretty mad that, oh, he's going under everything, doesn't get touched until he hits our tower. That's kind of a Goblin Barrel issue. I assume this guy has more life than a Goblin Barrel, but that's kind of their issue, too. People would most likely have, is that he gets to the tower right away without having a chance to interrupt it. I don't see it as a lot of a problem, though, because of how they are trying to introduce it. I think it'll be all right. But he does do decreasing damage each time, or so it was said. So he won't be doing the full damage every time, so you can't just use him and guarantee a strike or anything. So, you know what, that is a good balance aspect. And the randomization, I could be wrong, but if that's the case, just, like, get rid of it. Like, if there was a dumpster, he'd be in it. Now, last and most controversial has to be... Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting its name. Oh no, this is Sparky. So whatever I was calling Sparky earlier was not a Sparky. It is actually the Fire Spirits. My bad. So this is Sparky, and yeah, this was a mistake. So it's kind of similar to a Royal Giant, except that it'll target anything, which is kind of how the Royal Giant should have been introduced to the game. But unfortunately, Supercell made a mistake with that. But no, the Sparky, he does a lot of damage. It's a machine. Does a lot of damage, and it targets anything. That's almost like a defense. Yeah, this just looks like a defense, too. It's literally just a moving defense. Like, they're saying, we need offense over defense. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this, guys? They gathered up everyone around a conference table, and they're like, how are we going to promote offense over defense? And they go, you know what? Let's make a move. And that's just kind of how Sparky was born. He's a moving defense that makes absolutely no sense to be in the game. Like, why is that a thing? Like, did people complain that their mortars and expos weren't moving? Like, people are going to just be so mad at this. It's going to make no sense. And yes, he doesn't have a whole bunch of life, and you saw and I think it was Galadon's video, how he, with this skeleton warriors, is still going to be taken out pretty easily. So I don't know though. It's not good enough though to say like, hey, this will be super fun, super easy, because if they sneak it in when you don't have any elixir for whatever reason, it's going to be almost impossible to recover from that, and that's going to be quite annoying. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and there goes the saga wrapping up right now. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video today. If you did, make sure to like it up, subscribe for more, and come back tomorrow, and hopefully I get some of the update cards. Until next time, guys, this has been CupcakeSmasher bringing you another video.